about just getting in your car and driving someplace you've always been curious about? No real plans, just get up and go. Well, Day Trippin's Ed Rotteau did just that and headed west to Goderich.
We're on our way to Goderich today, but day tripping is not all about the destination. It's about the journey. There's a lot of neat places to check out along the way, so let's go.
We headed up Highway 8 west to Goderich. The trip should take us just under an hour. On the way, we passed a memorial, so we hopped out.
Here's a really neat monument you've probably noticed on your way to Goderich. It's actually an axe and a log to mark where a log road ran along the highway where it is presently. It is actually vandalized at one point, but restored in 2001.
Back in, and our first stop is Mitchell. The small town is best known as the birthplace of Howie Moraz. Moraz was pretty much hockey's first real superstar. He went by a number of nicknames, all due to his speed. The Stratford Streak, the Mitchell Meteor, and the Canadian Comet. He led Montreal to its first Stanley Cup victory. Mitchell has quaint shops and some great little places to eat, but we're on a mission, so let's keep going. We hit Seaforth. With a population of about 2,300, Seaforth boasts a community pool and park system. It has the Van Egmond House, which is one of the oldest surviving houses along the Huron Tract.
We're in Seaforth. We don't really have time to check out the motocross. We're a little bit early for Cider Fest, but you can check out the beautiful architecture. Seaforth boasts having one of the most beautiful streetscapes in the 19th century style.
The clock in this shot is one of the more lavish ones from its day. And if you're a figure skating fan, you may know the name Lloyd Eisler. He's a Seaforth son.
Today, Clinton is one of the most agriculturally productive communities in Ontario. They also have slot machines, a racetrack, and they're home to a giant radar.
The radar reminds visitors and residents alike of the community's history. As part of the British Commonwealth training plan, Clinton was home to radar training for troops during World War II. After the war, CFB Clinton was home to the #1 radar and communications school. The base was closed in 1971. Just up the road then, Goderich. The beach, or beaches I should say.
We have 3 beaches. There's the main beach, which is right down by the pier, and then we have St. Christopher's, which is more of a park and pet-friendly area. You can take your dogs there. Then we have this area, which is the Cove, and it's the only lifeguarded section of the beach. It's more of a family place, and we get fairly busy, but it's still a little bit calmer than some of the Grand Bend Bayfield beaches.
Stuff you may shake out onto your food. If it's Sifto, it's from Goderich. Nearly 50% of the rock salt in Canada comes from this mine. Enough of the water? Why not head inland and check out the Marine Museum? A small museum, it is housed in the wheelhouse from the SS Shelter Bay. If museums are your thing, there's the Sky Harbor Museum at the Goderich Airport and the Huron County Museum, where we decided to go.
We have the area behind us here. You can see the exterior of this building here. This was the original schoolhouse for the area, Central School, from 1850 until 1950 until it closed. And then at that time it was turned into a museum by the founding curator, Mr. Joseph Herbert Neal. Now this portion behind me here is the new portion of the museum, which was constructed in the late 80s, and it was purpose-built to house a lot more of the artifacts that we have here because the area over there was quite full.
The museum is 17,000 square feet, and the exhibits depict the early settlement of Huron County.
One of the things that has been here since the museum opened, our featured item, the signature item, is the 2-headed calf that's in the display case just to my left, and it's one of the items that people remember from way back when and one that they can expect to see. And we also have a full-scale 1913 steam locomotive in the History Hall, and the building there was actually built around it because they couldn't get it in, obviously, any other way. So We have some other galleries in here. There's an extensive military gallery, there's furniture gallery, there's agriculture, a lot of farm implements, things like that.
After the museum, we headed to the Huron Historic Jail. The jail was built using stone from the Maitland River Valley. From the octagonal central block, there are 2 walls, 2 feet thick and 18 feet high. It housed the aged, the insane, the poor, and the common criminal. Down the hall, in dramatic contrast, is the governor's house. Restored to its former elegance, the house was built in 1901. That visit was more than enough for me, so I made a break for it. Back outside, we headed up a trail above the mighty Maitland. It works its way through Huron County and flows over 150 kilometers before meeting Lake Huron. The vegetation ranges from Carolinian to Arctic.
Well, we've had a full day in Goderich and it's been really great. Unfortunately, the sun's not shining for us, but if you have the chance to come down when it is, you can see the sunset twice. First, at the bottom of the hill, at the beach, watch it go down, run up the stairs as fast as you can, and you'll see it a second time. For Day Tripping in Goderich, I'm Ed Rotteau.